Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi, Batra, and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand all the closing action on the D Street, also to help you with the way the stock markets are trading at this point in time in terms of the benchmark indices, the sectoral moves, as well as the stocks that are buzzing the most in trade. Also, a development on the Adani Group stocks. The Supreme Court has now ordered twin probes, one to SEBI, looking at a report from SEBI in 2 months to finish their investigation. Also, on the other hand, the Supreme Court has ordered the formation of a 6-member committee which will oversee and give suggestions to strengthen the regulatory framework as well. And amid all of this, we did see the stocks of Adani Group really rallying for the third day in a row. Most of the stocks were higher, although at this point in time, towards the closing of the session, these stocks have come off the day's high point, but most of them are still trading in the green as well. Let's look at how the benchmarks are trading. 500 points lower for the Sensex. We are almost towards the lowest point of the day, 58,912. 125 points gone for the Nifty as well, 17,325, 0.7% of a cut for that one. It's a broad-based sell-off that you're witnessing on the markets today. When we talk about the broader markets, there were mixed signals in the early morning session, but we did see the mid and the small caps drifting lower towards the second half as well. Both of them are down slightly right now, even as the India VIX levels are just 0.5% lower at 12.9. But the broader markets are not supporting. The Nifty Bank also is trending lower. About 0.6% of a cut can actually be seen for this one. The losses have deepened for the IT pack as well. It's 1.2% cut that you can spot for that one. Auto space is down amidst the sales numbers that are being witnessed. It's a mixed bag as far as the February auto sales go. 0.8% of a decline for that one. Financial services space also a cut of 0.8%. FMCG stocks are down by 0.5% as well. Metals are slightly flat with a negative bias. Pharma has inched up a little higher above the flat line. So have the PSU banks, but it's the realty pack that's shining bright amid all this sell-off that you're seeing. Almost a 2% uptick at the day's high level for the realty, Nifty Realty Index today. But the market breadth, if you talk about, so 2% uptick for that one. It's the realty stocks that are bouncing sharply, especially on the back of some of the stocks like macro tech developers, for example. There's a very sharp rally that you've seen on that stock, and you know, the kind of move that we have seen is perhaps one of the best daily gains that you've seen on stocks like macro tech developers. You can see a 16% move on that one. So realty stocks definitely pulling up in trade today. Market breadth still skewed towards the declines, 36 declines to 14 advances. In terms of the top losers today, you have Maruti, Axis Bank, TCS, Infosys, Cipla down by 1.5 to 2%. On the upside, you have Adani Enterprises topping the charts with 2.7% uptick at 1607 odd. Hero MotoCorp, Coal India, BPCL, HCL Technologies, the other gainers at this point in time. Time now to welcome our guest on the show. Mr. Mustafa Nadeem joins in. He's the CEO of Epic Research. Welcome, sir, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this discussion. Overall, your view on the markets? Well, we've been stuck in this broad range for a very long time. Yesterday, with that bounce, we were hoping that the markets will be able to sustain this rally. But again, today, there has been selling pressure from the top, 500 points down. So looks like we are going to be seeing some more volatility going forward from here. What would you advise investors in the current market?
Good afternoon. See, the recent inflation indicators from China, Germany, and US are suggesting that the inflation would be staying for long. The higher inflation cycle would be here for long. So this is taking the market down, and also FII inflow is there because of this. So I think the range of market currently from 17,200 to 17,600 is the broader range. But I think if the market crosses 17,200 level, there would be more bearishness, and we can see levels up to 16,700 as well. So investors should be very cautious and should wait for this level to break before taking any fresh positions in the market.
Right. Let me also take your view on the news of the day, and that is that Supreme Court has ordered the setting up of a committee, a 6-member committee, to really look into the Adani Hindenburg row, and also to look at the regulatory framework, the statutory framework, and look if there are any ways where these systems can be strengthened. This committee definitely comprises of Nandan Nilikini and the likes of KV Kamath, who've been industry veterans for a long time as well. And the way the Adani stocks have reacted post that, there have also been some block deals post which we actually saw, and that's as per reports. We don't have the confirmation yet on the block deals, but the report suggested so, and the Supreme Court order as well. Gautam Adani himself has tweeted that he looks forward to finality in a time-bound manner. Post this committee, has welcomed the decision and has also said that the truth will prevail. How do you really look at the developments today in respect to the Adani Group stocks, and what would you tell investors?
Yeah, this is a very welcome decision, and I think overall this would clear the air, the picture of what is happening in Adani Group. And it's been long since there are a lot of mudslinging and various issues propping up now and then, and which are making investors fizzy. So this overall committee is from the industry veterans, and it would give confidence. Whatever result would come would give confidence to the market, and also it would strengthen the future prospects for other such things as well. So I think this would be very good. And after the overall investigation is complete, I think it would give clarity on what would be the future role for Adani stock. So this is a welcome move from the Apex Court.
So the recovery in Adani Group stocks from the last 3 odd trading sessions, today is the third day when we are seeing this bounce continue. How are you looking at as an opportunity for investors? Should one buy this recovery, and if at all yes, then in which stocks?
See, I've been continuously maintaining that investors should refrain from taking position in the stock, because we have seen that from 1800 level it has again gone to 1200 level, and from there the fresh buying has come. So these are all short-term plays which are happening, and the long-term investors should refrain from taking any fresh position till this whole conclusion is not done by the committee. And hold strategy should be there, like wait and watch strategy should be followed in Adani stock.
All right, understood that. But apart from the Adani Group stocks, which are the other pockets that you're bullish on in the current market scenario? We've been seeing extreme amount of volatility. So where does one make money in this kind of a market?
See, the current approach should be the stock specific approach instead of overall index specific approach should be followed. So I have 2 or 3 stocks on my radar. First is SRF, which looks good about 2340 level. Then ONGC, I've been continuously bullish on ONGC. So above 150 level, it looks very strong, ONGC. So these are some pockets which I think are good for long term. And ONGC, I see a level of 165, 170 going forward. So these are the 2 stocks on my radar. Again, if you see overall, although the banking sector is under some kind of pressure, but the banking figures are very strong, and the results are very strong. So I think the strategy in the banking stock should be, when there is a fall in bank nifty, the buy position can be taken for long term. Axis Bank is on my radar again, and I see good returns from Axis Bank going forward.
Okay, understood that. Now, when we talk about the realty space today, that's been buzzing. In fact, for the last few trading sessions, despite all the volatility in the markets, it's the realty stocks that are buzzing in trade. Even as we speak right now, despite a large part of the market still in the negative zone, this one is outperforming, about 2.1% uptick for the Nifty Realty. And like I was pointing out in my initial comments, some of the stocks like Macrotech are up by 16, 17 odd percent. What's really leading to this buzzing trend in the realty pack? Do you believe this is a safe spot, hiding space in this volatility in the markets?
See, overall, if you would see the realty space, we have seen India is currently witnessing a continuous growth in realty. The boom in realty is continuing. You must have seen the story of DLF, how the investors lined up for booking their flats. So this consumption story, this bullish story in realty stock would continue, and this is leading the growth in the realty index which we are seeing. So yes, I'm bullish on realty sector going, and we can see some more gains coming forward in realty
So
stocks.
which would be your top picks from the real estate space?
My eyes are on DLF, and I think DLF can, for the longer term, DLF is a good bet in realty sector, and we can see level of around 430, 435 coming forward, going forward in DLF.
Okay, but what about macro tech developers? Do you have a do you cover this stock at all? And after this kind of a move that we've already seen, what would you advise investors?
uh, Microtech is not specifically on my radar, but yes, I think it has given a good gains, and we might see some profit booking in this stock. So a fresh position should be taken after a dip is there after this recent rally.
Okay, so it's almost like a 3-4 days running in the past 1 month that we have seen macro tech developers really perform well, and there's been, but you know, profits being taken off the table is something that Mr. Nadeem really expects going forward from here. How do you spot the auto sales that have come about? How have you read through them? And after these sales figures, where would you really be keeping your eye out on? I mean, would it be the four-wheelers? Would it be the two-wheelers? Would it be the tractor majors? Especially keeping in mind that the industry is still looking at the semiconductor shortages to continue to haunt the industry for the next 2 to 3 quarters. And of course, we do have production shortages as an issue, or production volumes falling as an issue as well. We are still looking at an El Nino impact, or the monsoon not being good or as normal as we have seen for the last 4 years in a row. So this would be the fifth year, and there is some doubt from the Met departments as well, and some concerns and cautionary statements coming in from them. How would all of this augur for the auto industry and sector going forward?
See, auto stocks, we've seen some brilliant numbers in auto sector coming in. I'm very bullish on the commercial vehicle segment, and
Okay.
Eicher Motors, I think, would be giving good returns in the longer term. So, overall auto sector, the bullishness would continue. And if you see, since the Chinese market is again opening up, so it is believed that the chip shortage might be met after the opening up, fully opening up from Chinese market. So overall, the bullishness there would be bullishness in auto sector, and if you see the passenger vehicle segment, commercial vehicle, all are showing good signs. So investors can look towards some leading auto stocks for their long-term bets.
All right, understood that as well. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Nadeem, for being with us on the show and discussing all these various sectors and stocks where investors can really look at opportunities of buying despite the kind of volatility we've been seeing. When we look at the markets, we are still trending lower, about 490 odd points of a cut is what we can spot on the Sensex, 58,921, 17,321 for the Nifty as a print right now, 130 points lower for that one as well. Mr. Nadeem will connect with you again to understand more about the markets going forward too. But for now, the markets look like we are going to be ending the day on a weak note yet again. After that kind of a bounce that we saw yesterday, it's not been able to sustain that. About 15 odd minutes remaining for the markets to shut shop, but looks like it's going to be a weaker close yet again. But the Adani Group stocks, they have been having a good day, and Realty Pack, especially some of the stocks like Macrotech developers, they have been defying the gravity as well. Going forward from here, what should be your strategy? Where can you make more money? All of those conversations will continue on Business Today TV. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and also continue to engage with us on our social media platforms, that's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. Many thanks for tuning in for now.